Speaking the ancient prayers, I made the sign of the cross, the crescent and moon, and the Star of David across the corpse. Satisfied that his soul should now be at peace, I slid him back into the locker. But when I turned around to investigate the second body, I couldn't find it. I brought my forearm up to protect my neck and crouched into a fighter's position. My right hand wielded the dagger and my left hand clicked off my wallet chain with its enormous silver clasp. In the dim fluorescent light of the morgue, I couldn't see my adversary, but I knew that he could hear my pulse, smell my sweat, and taste my fear. I had 19 years of training on my side, but that was no advantage compared to the carnivorous senses of my hidden opponent. "Your body is transforming," I called out to the monster. "The ancient strain of vampiritis is changing your DNA and taking over your brain. Come out so I can help you." I heard a clatter of boxes behind me and turned in time to see a flash of movement. The vampire was wearing a hospital gown, and his shaggy brown beard made it difficult to discern the features of his face. "Blood," he hissed. "Flesh. Do you want a taste of me? Come out and get me." "Thirsty." The monster jumped out of the shadows with fangs bared. I kicked out with my foot and whacked him straight in the abdomen. He flipped in the air and swooped back at me again. I snapped out my chain and caught him in the face with the clasp. The vampire screamed as silver branded his cheeks. "I want to help you," I said, breathing hard, "but the only hope for your soul is true death." "Feed me." The vampire bared his fangs. I lashed at him again with my chain and knocked him to the ground. Then, when the vamp was lying prone on the concrete floor, I pierced his heart with the silver dagger. The cut was clean, with no bleeding. Whatever vampire had gotten to this man earlier in the evening had already had his fill. I pulled my dagger up and sheathed it in my boot. Footsteps were coming from the hallway. Uncorking the flask and murmuring incantations, I doused him with water. Then, just as the door opened, I rolled across the floor and hid underneath a table. "Van!" Mom called out. "Are you there?" "Yeah, I'm here." I breathed a sigh of relief. "I thought you were the coroner." "No, but she's on her way." Mom surveyed the slashed corpse. "It looks like you've been busy." "The first one was dead. The second one wasn't." "You pierced his heart?" I nodded. "Baptized him?" "Yes, now let's sever the head and get going." "It has to be perfect." Mom pulled out rubber gloves from a box by the sink. "We won't be able to take him to a holy place for burial, so this needs to be precise." I nodded. "Maybe you should do it." Mom reached for the vampire's neck and then shook her head. "No, I know you're ready. You did excellent work on the vamp back in Boulder." Pride mixed with adrenaline warmed my bones and made the morgue less chilly. I grabbed a firm hold of the vampire's ears and snapped off his head with a satisfying crunch. "Good job. Now pop him back in the fridge and let's get going." "We need to sanitize the room," I reminded Mom. "I'm already on it." Mom pulled out her silver flask and blessed the room with holy water. "It's almost 4 a.m., but if we hurry, we can still make it back to La Jolla in time for your second day of school." I slid the corpse into the fridge and shoved the door shut. Lucky me.